Truly African.
All right, a very good afternoon to you, and my name is Richmond Amofasapor. This is Youth Empowerment Television Show, your most authoritative youth analysis program. Now, today, you know, Thursdays, mostly Wednesday, Thursdays, we give you a relaxed version of Youth Empowerment Television Show. And today, we are discussing what to look out for as young people before you choose a life partner. What to look out for, you know. Most of these broken homes or broken marriages or broken relationship can sometimes make you psychologically not stable. It can affect your productivity for our country or for your society or wherever you find yourself. Trust me, stress kills a lot in other parts of the world, and most of these stress-related problems are relationship problems or marital problems, and we want to have a very strong, vibrant, young generation. So it's important that we have such a discussion. Our guest is no other person than Mr. Ogo. And he's already here. You guys always worry us to bring him. But this topic is going to be a running series. We are going to be running the topic. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to invite him straight forward, and then we'll go into the discussion. If you want to contribute to the conversation, please send us a WhatsApp message or a text message. Send us on 0548 503799. 0548 503799. We are discussing what are the qualities you must look out for when you decide to marry the man or the woman, when you decide to marry the girl or the boy. What are the things that you must look out for? What are the things that you must see before you get that satisfaction to say, this is the one I want to spend the rest of my life with? And so I'm going straight to do the welcome on your behalf. Mr. Ogo, you're welcome.
Thanks,
it's such a pleasure.
You're looking well. This COVID-19 do you good though.
This lockdown is stressful. We just been eating and sleeping. Okay, so I want to find out this from you. First of all, people are anticipating for us to digest this topic very well.
Okay.
On the start, what are the first qualities we must look out for before we say she is the one or he is the one?
Wow, a very good afternoon to your cherished viewers.
Okay.
You know, quite a number of times we make the mistake of thinking that is actually where to start from.
Really?
Yes, but that is not where to start from.
When you're choosing a partner?
Yes, no, that is not.
It's not a point of marriage.
No, you know, to say, oh, what qualities are you looking out for in a person? Okay, you won't be able to actually know what you're looking for if you first do not understand that not everyone fits into your life.
Not everybody fits into your life.
No, it's not every marriage that will work, because if you pick someone that doesn't fit into your life, the frustration and the sacrifice, the price you're going to pay to make it work can even cost your life. And so it would not be wise to just start looking out for something. Now, I mean, think about it. What do many people think about? They want to have a peaceful marriage, have a beautiful, supportive wife, and a man, you know, a handsome, supportive husband. And then we talk about the person must have a vision. He must, you know, be accountable. He must have a job. He must be doing something. Okay, all that don't matter to everyone. And so, if you do not know who you are, you will not be able to know who fits into your life.
So you must first identify yourself.
You must be able to know yourself. You must know where you're coming from.
Okay.
You must know what is important to you and what is not important to you. You'll agree with me. I mean, you have friends just as I do, and you know, you hear some of your friends complaining about what their spouses are doing.
Yeah.
And you see another group of friends, your friends, they're sitting and wondering, so what's wrong with what she did? They don't see anything wrong with it. But the other person feels that this woman has brought down the heavens. Okay, then in another situation you see someone that you're expecting the person to be angry, and the person is not angry.
Okay.
So first you need to know what triggers you. You need to know what your traumas are and if you have healed from them. You need to know where you're coming from as a person. Okay, you notice something very interesting, that some of the times the challenges that our parents have in their marriages seem to manifest in our own marriages as well.
But why is that so?
Because of our socialization and something that I call the genetic signature.
So what it means is that if your mother or father or in their marriage, they are facing particular problems, there are probability you may face the same thing in your marriage.
Because you're a product of that relationship and that trait is in you.
Wow.
Okay, so it is very, very likely that you respond to issues the way your father responds to them. It is very likely that you respond to issues the way your mother responds to them. And so if you have someone in your life that is like your mother or your father, you're going to have the same issues. And so first, I need to know where I'm coming from. I need to know what my issues are. I need to know how to heal from them. We are always in a hurry to go into relationships, especially when a man sees a beautiful woman. He says, Kai, this is the woman of my dreams. She might be the woman of your dreams, but you're not ready to be in it.
Why? I've seen the lady and I'm like, this is the woman of my dreams. Is that not enough to make the dream come true?
But walking into the relationship, you're not just bringing all your good thoughts. You're bringing your issues, things you haven't healed from. Okay, and there's something very interesting that we do. We try to put our best foot forward. So you walk into a relationship with someone, but the person might never truly know you until after 6 months. Or a year.
Wow.
You don't want to talk about your past. You don't want to talk about your family. Even when the questions come up, you avoid them or you even get aggressive.
Because if you tell them about your past, they will use it against you.
No.
They should find that out in the marriage.
No. That is disingenuous. Believe me, that is a very dangerous thing.
But what about those that would use it against you? Those that will abuse you because you have told them about your past?
So
not everybody would accept it and say, okay, that is your past. I'm concentrating on the new you to build a life with you.
So you have a responsibility of making sure that the person you're walking into a relationship with is someone that deserves you. Even
when your heart skips a beat for the person?
No, you see, feelings come and go.
Feelings come and go.
Feelings come and go. And anytime you make marriage decisions based only on feelings, you're bound to hit a brick wall.
Wow, this is serious. We don't make marriage decisions based on
how
feelings.
You feel. No. That is why we say that marriage and relationships is not for boys and girls. It's for men and women. It's for people who are ready. And if you're not ready, you're going to expose yourself to a lot of problems. You know, now a lot of people might be sitting down and saying, "Oh, my friend, relax. It's not that easy." Okay, that is the reason we get into the problems we get into. We need to be able. I mean, you're going to school, you plan. Everything that we do in life, we plan. But notice one thing: we plan for our weddings much more than we plan for our marriages.
No, but the marriage is the wedding?
No, the wedding is a ceremony. The marriage is the life. The wedding is just a ceremony. You spend 50,000 Ghana cedis on a wedding day, but you're unwilling.
Is that not worth it?
No. How is it worth it when you have not even spent 1 hour to plan for your marriage?
Okay, I'm coming, but this is a woman. That's the most important day in the woman's life. You are trying to give her that societal respect she deserves by spending the 30,000, the 40,000, the 50, the 100,000 on her. And
then 2 years later, you give her the societal disrespect by divorcing her. What have you achieved?
That's deep.
Nothing. And so
are you saying we should not do weddings?
I'm not saying that. I mean, even culturally, that is the ceremony, you know, where the woman is handed over to the man and everybody sees it. So if we are looking for this girl, we know where to come look for her, you know. And if we're looking for this guy, we know where to come look for him. And so culturally, you know, it is the right thing to do. The ceremony is good, but the ceremony, it's not as important as the marriage itself. It's not as important as the life, you know. And this is a message to a lot of young people. I have you know, in my work in relationship consultancy, you give people the time and you say, let's do 9 to 10. They're not even willing to do that. You know, they come late, they sit for 30 minutes, they think they know it all, they have a plan and all of that. You give them assignments, things they need to do, things they need to discover. They don't pay attention to that. The next time they call you, they're not going to be able to make it. Now you are even begging them to come for the conversation.
Because some of them feel that the counselors, you people pick the issues out of feelings.
No.
Because you don't feel the love they have for the boy. You don't feel the love they have for the girl. So possibly you are looking at real life situations, and of course you are pointing out the real dangers, but you are not looking at their feelings. So they hear the danger, but the feelings are more than the reality they are looking at.
You see, any time your feelings overtake your reasoning, love has become a distraction. You're not paying attention to the things you ought to be paying attention to.
Wow.
And that is the reason those same people, because they don't pay attention to this, when they get into marriage, they want to engage you on the phone for 5 hours, complaining about the same thing you want them about. And most of them are not even willing to pay for it. But they want 5 hours of your life. Something they could have avoided if they just listened just a little bit.
So what do we have to look out for?
Beautiful.
Let's take it from this. Now, I'm a man. I want to get married to a lady. She's beautiful. And I love her. Is that not enough?
Love is not enough. Love has never been enough. You see, most people that divorce, and I can tell you that authoritatively, most people that divorce, you might not believe it, they still love each other.
They are divorced, but they still love each other.
They still love each other.
While they are divorced?
Even while they are divorced. I can tell you that there are couples that are divorced, but they are still very close, and some of them are shagging. Yeah, that's the truth.
Sweet after meals.
You know, is that what you call it? but you know what the problem is? They are unable to coexist. They are unable to be together. For some reason, they realize that they don't fit into each other's life. Have you ever had that friend? You guys are so fond of each other, but you know deep inside you, if I marry you, we'll go kill ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Because there are just issues that are unresolved, and you cannot change anyone. And so, dealing with yourself positions you to look for who fits into your life, who is capable of tolerating you, who is capable of being there for you and supporting you even when they don't like your lifestyle, who is there to help you be the best you can be, you know, who is there or who is going to be there to understand you, you know, as truly as you want to be understood.
Is that not the feeling we are talking about?
No.
So for example, I haven't yet been in that situation yet, because those, I mean, I'm asking if the person is going to be there if I choose her in marriage and that issue happen. So all would be thoughts of judgment, like, okay, I know she's going to be there because what must she do that I will know she's going to be there?
You know the truth. If we're going to be very sincere to ourselves,
Yes.
even before going into all these very important issues we need to look out for,
Yeah.
we know what our marriages are going to look like when we meet the people we want to be in a relationship with.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
Love is not blind. People in love are just too hasty to make decisions.
Are you saying that love is not blind?
Love is not blind.
So we should stop saying love is blind.
Love is not blind. We're just too hasty to make decisions. Okay? So she's beautiful, and all you think about is her beauty. You're not paying attention to her character. She might not be a bad person, but she's just the kind of person you cannot tolerate.
So character, what character?
Character is very subjective, and you know,
You expect her to be submissive as if we're Africans, as an African woman.
but who said submission is an African context? So submission is inspired by love, even in the African society. You cannot find love where it does not exist, and where there is no love, there's no submission. Anything you see in that situation is just subjection. It's abuse.
But people say submission is like putting the woman into slavery.
No, that's subjection.
Yes.
Submission happens willingly. When you love a woman, she will submit to you.
So,
and it's not about she obeying everything you say.
Yeah.
It's not about her agreeing with everything you say.
Yeah.
It's just about her knowing her place and playing her role in your life. You know? And
that is where the conversation is becoming a bit abstract.
okay.
Practically, let's say I'm going out with a girl.
Yes.
And I want to marry the girl. I love the girl. She's very nice to me. She's very respectful. She listens to me. We have issues. We solve them. Is that not enough?
So that's why I said that character is subjective. From a distance, you have a mental picture of what you want out of life.
Yes.
Is the beauty and the shape enough for you?
No.
What kind of woman do you want? What are your expectations? And is the woman you're going into a relationship with capable of meeting those expectations?
That's the point. How do I know she's capable?
Conversation,
Okay.
communication. You speak with her.
So there
you
should be more
observe her.
communication?
You guys need to keep talking. You need to ask yourself questions. You know, you need to know this person. You need to make the effort to know this person. Okay? When you ask her a question like, tell me about your parents, and then her mood changes.
When you ask her, tell me about her parents,
Yes,
and her mood changes.
and her mood changes. You say, your father and all of that, you see she's getting a bit agitated. You ask her about her mother, you see the way she's behaving. You have to put that...
Okay, hold on. Now, viewers, this is the point where you should start writing. This is the point you should start taking note. We are giving you practical, you know, steps to know, you know, or the red flags that you should identify.
Yeah, so is she being evasive? If she's being evasive, what is the reason? Because obviously that's what she's trying to do, and she's picking out the best defense mechanism at that point.
Yeah.
Could it be because she's traumatized and she hasn't healed from it? Okay. Could it be because she is struggling not to lie to you because there's an impression she wants you to have about her which might not be?
Okay.
So she's, you know, she's getting ready to tell you a lie, especially if you met her in an environment where she appeared to be a wealthy girl, but she actually isn't. Okay, and she's always giving you that impression, and she knows that if this conversation continues, you're going to pick out a few things.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to. It could be that she's traumatized.
Yeah.
Now, if she's traumatized and she says, I don't want to talk about it, and then you let it slide, you bring it up again, I don't want to talk about it, and it continues to happen, it is a danger signal, and it is telling you the kind of things that are going to happen in your marriage. Okay? Would you want to be disconnected from your in-laws? For instance, you want to know them, because the more you know them, the more you're able to tell the kind of challenges you're going to have in your marriage.
I don't understand.
Because she comes from a family.
Yes.
She comes from an environment.
Yes.
That's the environment that socialized her.
Yeah. Even
Even if she never lived with them.
Yeah.
Okay? There are definitely certain things that she's going to pick by virtue of the fact that she comes from that bloodline.
So that is character-wise or behavioral?
Both. Both. And so if you're not paying attention to these things, it means you don't even know who you've gotten married to.
Okay.
You see? Because there are professional implications. There are health implications. There are cultural implications. Okay? I'll tell you something. And this is for a lot of ladies. Okay? I am an African, and I would always love to speak from an African perspective. There are young men that you can choose to marry, but by virtue of the bloodline they come from, they could be royalty and are definitely exposed to marrying more than one wife. That is the truth.
No, hold on. So you want
That
to
is
say
the cultural reality.
Really?
That is
Even
the
when
cultural.
the man assures you I'm not going to marry anybody.
He's speaking for himself. He's a product of a society, and to some extent, in certain situations, he doesn't make the choice. I'll give you an instance. So, forgive me, may I use you as an instance? So, you're royalty, you're Akan,
Yeah.
okay? But you're in love with an Ewe woman. So you marry an Ewe woman. You love her so much. You marry an Ewe woman. Everybody supports you. But at the background, you know for a fact, you must marry an Akan woman. That is your reality. That is a cultural implication of being in a relationship with a person like you. Now you can turn around and say, it will never happen. I hate it. They've deceived me.
You can't choose who have to marry. Those things they've been saying.
These are, you see, there is a reality you were not paying attention to. That's what it means. Okay? And so you must know that as you find out the people that fit into your life, you must recognize the fact that those people are coming with implications. They could be cultural, they could be health, they could be professional.
Is it very, very necessary to really know your in-laws or the parents of the person you are going out with or you're courting with before you marry them?
As a matter of fact, if your in-laws are not willing to converse with you, to let you know what you're getting into, they have not been fair.
Okay, so if you meet an in-law who are very welcoming, they want to talk to you, they want to check up on you,
you should listen.
You should listen?
Yes, you should listen.
Is that a good sign?
It's a good sign.
Okay.
Okay, and if they are sincere, for instance, they tell you some of the things that are capable of happening where they come from. Those things are not things you should hide.
I don't get it. They tell you some of the challenges of the family.
Yes, you should ask.
You
should want to know.
ask.
As a matter of fact, in the African society, you know that
African society, we're already shy of our in-laws.
No. You see, when the moment you announce that, look, you are in love with this person or you want to marry this person,
Yeah.
okay, one of the first things that happen is that your family goes to search about that family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when they search about that family, they come back and they tell you a few things.
Yeah,
They will
yeah.
speak to your parents, and your parents will call you and speak to you.
Yeah.
Most of the things they are going to say to you
Yeah, yeah.
are things you don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You have the responsibility of trying to find out.
Yeah.
And don't allow yourself to be, pushed around in the sense that, oh, so now you're asking around about me, eh?
Yeah.
That is so manipulative. You have to know.
Okay.
You have to know what you're getting into.
Okay.
That is why the African society, you see, we cannot throw away that dimension of our reality. Because the moment we do, that's why we have the kind of marriages we have today. It's important that you know where you're walking into and know what you're getting involved in, because every marriage comes with its own implications. That is why I say character is subjective. I know I have friends that buy miniskirts for their wives.
Miniskirt?
Yes, and they feel, man, the woman looks beautiful in it.
Yeah.
And they like it.
Yeah.
Okay? So should you sit down where you are and say, can you imagine how irresponsible these people are? Okay? It works for them. They're happy with it. Look for your own and build your own tradition the way you want to build your tradition. The most important thing is that the family unit must have its values.
Yeah.
Okay, now you move to the professional implications. As you are now, you're a media person. That is your reality. Except if you want to wake up tomorrow and say, I don't want to be a media person, but you love what you do and you're great at it. Okay?
Where we are going, I really like it. If tonight is watching, I like this, but I'm a media person. I can't change it.
No, you can't change it. That's who you are, man. Now, imagine that you are in a relationship with someone who feels very insecure about people being around you. As a media personality, you're a people person.
Yes.
You can't walk into a place and not want to sign an autograph. You can't walk into a place and not want to take a selfie. You can't like some of the text messages that you read. Some of them are not connected to the topic, but people still send it to you. Are you going to be insulting? Are you going to be rude?
No, you have to engage your fans. You may do Instagram live videos, Facebook live videos.
It pays you. That's your reality.
So, but what if the woman is not cool with it?
So this is the
you're over concentrating on social media.
So this is the thing you need to do. Find out why the person is not comfortable with it.
Because maybe when you do a live video, some ladies will come and type, "I have a crush on you. You are nice. You are handsome."
So,
but you do not write those things.
So it's a two-way traffic. It is either you're not very accountable, or she's insecure.
No, that's one. Let's talk about the guy not being accountable. How? I mean, the guy is accountable.
Yeah. So accountability in this sense meaning that
the guy should give the girl his password.
No, you just have got to be consistently updating the person.
Updating the person.
Yes, the person has got to know what's going on in your life.
Hello, baby. I'm going to do a live video.
No, not that. Okay, but there's just certain information that the person needs. Okay,
like what?
Where you are, what you're doing, who your friends are, who you hang out with, what's important to you. I mean, even your female friends, okay, the lady has got the right to know.
To know your female friends.
Yes. I mean, what's wrong with that?
You tell your fiancé, your female friends you have.
Yes, they're your female friends. They're your friends. Some of them are your colleagues. That's why I said it's either an accountability issue or an insecurity issue.
Okay, using me as an example, I don't have any female friend.
Okay.
I don't think I've had a female friend before.
Okay.
But I may have classmates who maybe some are female,
Okay.
or colleagues or work colleagues who may be female.
Yes, so your work colleagues, it means that for
Machine know all my work colleagues. Okay, I work at Pan African TV. There's Chidi, there's Mod.
No,
there's this.
It's not all of them that connect with you in the workspace, even though you guys are in the same environment. Okay, so there might be some of them that you need to do research with because of your work.
Okay.
Your producer might be a woman. Okay, and by virtue of that, you guys have got to be in the same space from time to time.
Okay.
It will be good to introduce them. Okay, I mean, that way even your fiance will vouch for you.
Okay.
Okay, because she knows that. I mean, so if imagine that tomorrow somebody wants to get nasty or clandestine and say, "Oh, I saw Richie with ABC," immediately she knows that, oh, I know the person.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then from time to time they can connect. Okay. So
but if you love the person, can you change how active you were on the same platform probably you met your loved one from, or the same environment or situation you were before the relationship started, can you amend your way? So for example, let's say using Richie or using Philip. Let's say Philip is a media person.
Okay.
Philip has a lot of following on social media, gets a lot of admiration.
Okay.
And all of a sudden that creates a bit of insecurity, because a lady would send Philip a message and say, maybe I have a crush on you. I want to go out with you. Philip, I know you may be married, you may be dating, but I want to do. You don't respond. You don't say all those things. But your woman gets, agitated.
Feels anxious because of those messages.
Yes, and ask you why somebody should send you such a message.
It's an insecurity issue, and it's something that comes with the job.
Yes.
That is why I was talking about professional
So for example, if I'm
implications.
managing fella, I have to stop managing her. I have to stop being on TV. I have to I have to stop engaging in other media activities, because I have to choose my wife. Is that the case?
So I'm still talking about the insecurity. Okay. Now, when that happens, if it is not insecurity, it could be a bit of jealousy.
Jealousy. Okay.
Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with being jealous. There's nothing wrong. Jealousy is not a negative word.
That would be the major question I'll be asking you. That should jealousy, the rate at which women get jealous or mood swings, but that will be later. Jealousy. Can jealousy be a way of determining whether this person is a marriage material? I don't know how, if I'm okay to use the word marriage material.
Well,
I'll go for a quick break. When I come back, I want you to delve into that situation proper, because trust me, I happen to solve a relationship problem a friend of mine has, and imagine me solving. And what did I even solve? He came to me and is like, he's a media person. He's into movies and stuff, and his girlfriend seems to have problems with the kind of work he does. When they are together, and for example, he gets calls to the girl. When they are together, there's no calls. You don't have to pick any call. If there are emergencies, you have to leave. You don't have to leave, and you have to answer that if it's jealousy or not. I'm going for a quick break. When I come back, I'll read your messages, and Mr. Ogo will continue for us. I'll be right back after the break.
Business, fashion, ICT, journalism. Achieve your dreams with Blue Crest and you'll be ready for the rest of your life. Your career is a ladder that leads you all the way to the top. Practically, all your dreams and aspirations of getting into management or even becoming a successful entrepreneur are hinged on your career success. Today, universities and colleges are churning out yearly more and more graduates just like you, all of whom are going to compete in the same industries for the same jobs. This means more graduates stepping over each other for fewer jobs. The good news? The right education can make you more employable in a job market that is increasingly competitive. You can stand out amongst your peers with a Blue Crest education, an education that understands the needs and challenges of the job market and prepares you ahead through progressive and inclusive learning. Our students are given the creative freedom that encourages personal development and are offered on-field opportunities for professional growth. Acquiring a Blue Crest education means being guided to identify and pursue your interest in fashion, ICT, business and journalism, and using the skills acquired in the course of learning to prepare yourself for life. Don't be indifferent to your education. Your career depends on it. Enroll at Blue Crest College today. Visit www.bluecrest.edu.gh.
All right, welcome back from the break. I'm sure you guys couldn't wait for us to return from the break. This program is sponsored by Blue Crest University College, Blue Crest University College, we say education for life. They are the only university college in Ghana that has international affiliation or international partnership with Microsoft, with Oracle, with Google, and they have international partnership with University of Sunderland in the UK. They also have an accreditation, or they in Ghana, their mentor university is University of Education, Winneba. I've seen I've seen lots of messages. I've seen lots of messages for today, and some are a bit personal. Let me read some few ones. This one says that, life coach, you've always whet my appetite when it comes to relationship and love matters, social and political matters. My question is, are these things enough to settle down with somebody, with someone if achieved? Compatibility, wisdom of yourself and your partner, and understanding. This is Michael Elikem Abayateye from Ajay Kojo. Wow. This one says that, please, is it bad for a lady to say she loves a gentleman? This is Solomon Sodoji. I mean, when a lady proposes, you mean, right? This one's, good afternoon to you, host and able guest. I'm Mr. Minomi from Upper East Region. May I ask what decision could appropriate in choosing a lady who most often thinks what people say about you and quick to believe any negative thing said about you, even to the extent of using those things against you instead of finding out from you, and other being a lady who stands out for objectivity and evidence-based counseling? Secondly, what would be the ordeal in marrying two, hence a polygamist, if it's right? Polygamy. The white people say homosexuality is human right, but being polygamous is not human right. Eh? Anyway, for me, I want to marry just one woman, and that's enough. This one says that, good afternoon to you. My fiancé store my name on her. My fiancé store my phone number on her phone, Tigo. She stores your name on her phone, Tigo. And I found out, I tried to talk to her about it. I asked her why she did that. We talked about it. I thought we've solved the issue. She also went to do family planning without my notice, and later I found out, I asked her about that and why she did that behind my back. Her response is that it's not important to let you know about that. So I was really upset. I made up my mind not to support her financially again, because I was thinking I have to limit what I do for her, because I want to study her well before, so I stopped giving her money and couple of things. So she called and told me I have stopped supporting her financially and she cannot move on with the relationship. Oh, really? This one says that, good afternoon. I and my partner have been together for a year and still counting. I know all his male friends and female friends. I know who he hangs out with when he's not with me. I know all his friends and contact to the extent that if new contact comes on his phone, I know it's new contact. Hey. And I believe we don't have to look out for specific points or purpose in person before choosing a partner. Build friendship, trust, and be open. Lay down the foundation with honesty and trust. Don't forget to fart in front of her. Hey, how can you say that? As a matter of fact, but I've been farting to the extent that he will wake up and ask if I'm okay, because I've not farted today. Ah, are you serious? Okay, please. Kindly send me the video, the copy of this video after the program. I really love this man. Okay, that will cost you some money. This was a, hi, I'm Clifford. I want to ask, a guy wants to marry a lady, but parents of the guy feel the guy shouldn't marry the lady, with the notion that the tribe they are coming from and the religion. The girl admit the fact that the family has history of other religion, but she's not part of the religion. How would you deal with that? Lots of messages that have been coming. In fact, I haven't even gone to Facebook yet to look at what you guys are saying on Facebook. Maybe just some one or two comments on Facebook, so that we can check this. Okay, Barrister Ogo, I greet you, boss. Watching you with rapt attention. And my own father is watching, Mr. Paul K. Boateng, all the way from Den Haag, Holland. And thank you so much, Daddy, for spending time to watch the show today. A big greetings to the family, to Rahel, to Chief, to Mommy, to I think Van is at work too right now. No, Van is home. She's home now. So Big greetings to all of you. K. Richie says that, whoa, very revealing. Thanks, boss. Francis Sichofek Daklo says that the man is talking too less. Okay. This one says that Philip from Kwabre Kasem, watching you live at Master Dakroba Kente Thread Shop. Nice presentation. Okay, send your messages coming through on Facebook. We would be reading it for you. Yes, you on the floor.
Yes, so we're talking about jealousy.
Jealousy. Is jealousy something men should run away from? I mean, a woman who is very jealous ought not to be married. Is that the case?
No, it's not the case.
Jealousy is love.
Jealousy is a good thing.
Jealousy is a good thing.
See, jealousy is a sign that the person wants to be assured that her place or his place in your life.
Oh, so jealousy is normal.
It's normal.
When your girlfriend is jealous.
Yeah, when you're in a relationship with someone and the person doesn't want to be assured of anything, and you know, it's as if the person doesn't actually value your attention. Just do whatever it is you want to do. Just follow your path, they go. It's also not so cool. Okay. People want to know that you value them. They want to know that, you know, they are important to you.
Can I ask a question? I'm a media person. I have huge following on social media.
Sure.
How do I let my girlfriend know, or my fiancé, or my wife to be know that I value her? Do I have to post her on social media?
Not necessarily. As a matter of fact,
do I have to use it as my DP?
No, not necessarily.
What do I have to do?
So there's a difference between what the person wants you to do in order to prove to her, okay, that she's important to you.
Okay.
And then there are other things that you need to do because you understand the implications it might have in the future. The media people always run the risk of not having a private life.
Yeah.
And so if you start now, how far are you willing to go? Most people know you have 2 kids. Most people know that that's your wife. You know, most people know that you guys spent your honeymoon in Royal Century and all those things.
In
Greece or anywhere. You know, most people know that's your private life.
As for a honeymoon in Greece, I must have it.
Yeah. So you you share what you want.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But accountability does a lot. Okay, for people in the media, even people in politics, people in the mission field and all of that, because you're into people-oriented business. So it's important that you are accountable, because the more accountable you are, the more satisfied, okay, or the more comfortable the people are, because they are able to vouch for you in the process. But when you're not accountable, they cannot vouch for you. Okay, and then you're able to prepare them for the implications of being in a relationship with you.
Okay.
For instance, in your own case, since we're using you as an instance, you're a media person, you need to be able to let your fiance, okay, when you, let's say, you know, you're in that relationship now, and it's important that you let her know that what happens in Hollywood, okay, what happens in Bollywood, what happens in Nollywood, also happens what? In Gollywood.
Yeah.
They need to know. They need to know that when you walk into Accra Mall, there are ladies that are shouting, "Richie, Richie, I want to take a selfie with you."
Yeah.
They need to know, okay? It has to be something that you also add to the conversations that you have.
And she tells you she's cool, but it must have some limits.
So when you say it must have some limit, okay, there are some things that you need to be able to understand. When she says you must have some limit, is she saying don't give them the leverage to continue, or the leeway to continue to come? Okay, be nice, but you know, let them know their boundaries, which is also right. Okay, be nice, but let them know their boundaries. And so imagine that she wants to take a selfie with you. There's nothing wrong with taking a selfie, but she might also want to take a selfie kissing you. That's another dimension. Yeah, some will try that. That's another dimension to the story. Are you gonna let that? Okay, now what if they want to give you a peck? Is that okay? All right, so you guys need to discuss all those things, and you need to be able to say to yourself, this far is too far. The moment you've been able to sort that out, you will see yourself being that accountable, because these are things that you guys would usually talk about.
A woman, because today it's like we are concerning ourselves with the woman.
Okay.
I think our next show will be looking at the man deeper.
Okay.
So a woman who is not serviceable a lazy woman, where lazy means probably some men say my woman doesn't go to work, or she doesn't go to school, or she doesn't do house chores, she doesn't do anything, she just she doesn't know how to cook, she doesn't know how to clean, she doesn't have a job. Does a lazy woman deserve marriage?
So that is why I said character is subjective. Okay, in your definition, that's a lazy woman. But in other situations, that's the kind of man, or that's the kind of woman some men want.
Really?
Yeah.
Some man would want a woman.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what people want. You know, it depends on what people want. And that is why it's very, very important that you don't let people find out a few things when you have swum with them to the middle of the river. And then suddenly you're telling them, you can do this, you can do this. You can
But with that statement, lawyer, are you asking us that we should tell our, I mean, in courtship, in the relationship, and fiancé, even in marriage, you should tell your partner about your past, no matter how bad it may be, or no matter how regrettable they may seem?
Regrettable as they may seem, if it is necessary for the people to know, especially if it is something you're still struggling to heal from. Okay, let's use this instance. So you had a previous relationship, and a child was born out of that relationship, but you guys ended up breaking up. Okay, you decide to keep it a secret because it's a regrettable past. You wish it never happened, but you forget that a day is going to come when she will find out, maybe 5 years into the marriage, when she will find out that you have a child. Do you see? It's important to let them know, because the moment you let them know, then they know that one way or another, there's a reality they will never be able to walk away from. And that is the fact that there will always be a woman in your space, no matter how you try to avoid it. Because if you want to be part of that child's life, then you're going to be making that decision with the mother of the child, even though she's not the woman that you married. That is an implication for her. And when you do not share that information with her, you have denied her the choice of going the whole 9 yards with you willingly. You have pushed her into a situation that is going to frustrate her. And it's dangerous. Because when the misunderstandings begin, everybody's going to be looking at it from the perspective of the woman doesn't want you to have a place in your child's life. But that is not the situation. You lied about it from the very outset, and you actually caused what is going on. And so it's important to share this information so that the person can make up his or her mind and say, okay, after everything you've said to me, I still want you in my life. I'd rather have you in my life than not have you in my life at all. There's a very interesting couple, okay? I like to use them as an instance. They actually live in Ghana, and perhaps they're watching, okay? When they started out, great love. And it got to a point, the lady said to him, say, bros, I won't lie to you. I will have children for you, but I don't like diapers and I don't change diapers.
Hey, the lady said, I will give birth for you.
Yes, I don't mind giving birth. I will take care of the kids. And
but she will not be the one to change the diaper of the baby.
I don't like diapers,
her own child.
And I will not change diapers. The man looked at her. Exactly. The man looked at her and did the same thing. Processed it and said, okay, you know one very interesting thing.
No.
First time they were going to have kids, twins.
Hey! double diaper.
But you know one very interesting thing? Nah. The man remembered that they had this conversation. So he made enough support available for his wife. It never caused a misunderstanding for one day. But imagine a situation where the woman did not come clean and felt that it's just something so insignificant. Let's not talk about it. And then the issue comes up. Now, when you don't tell people what they need to know, you make them have unrealistic expectations in the relationship. And you are bound to face frustrations. There's no way to avoid it. Okay, so imagine a situation where the moment the children saw themselves, she just pushes it and acts like she doesn't know. And the children are there crying. And the man is like, won't you change the diaper? She says, I want to.
To bring the whole conversation.
Terrible misunderstanding, family issues and all of that. Before you know it, some of the times when you get so angry, you can say things that you never meant. And then you say, can you imagine? I didn't know you were not well brought up.
Yeah.
Pow. Okay. Now, some people will interpret it as, now you're insulting my parents, so my parents did not raise me well. Okay? You have dragged your in-laws into the quarrel. And then things escalate and things get out of hand. So it's important that, see, when you are able to tell people what they need to know, they can never turn around in the future and say you deceived them.
Okay.
So the person knows that, look, you're with me because you want to be. You chose to be with me. I didn't compel you. I didn't cajole you. I told you everything you needed to know. You cannot use it against me tomorrow. Okay? And it is a sign that you are willing to make the sacrifice to sustain your relationship. So some of those things you shouldn't hide. When you're going to marry a woman that has already had a child for somebody, you know that one way or another, that man will always be part of your life. When that child, even if the child is living with you, when the child is ready to go to school, it's not for you to decide the school the child goes to. It's for the man and the mother of the child. You can make contributions when you are needed, okay? And then when the children grow up, you're angry because the day they said parents of the bride, you are not the one that was recognized. You're not parents of the bride. These are your realities. These are the things that will happen. Some of the times it will be embarrassing. Some of the times, even when you are making so much contribution in the life of that child, you're still not the father of that child. It's your reality. And so you shouldn't use it tomorrow to insult the woman, to castigate her, derogate her, and all of that. You knew what you were walking into. And so you need to understand the implications of what you're walking into and don't use it against her in the future. There are so many women that are full-time housewives today. 4 years ago, they were dreaming about being bank managers. They can't live that life anymore because they walked into a relationship where the man now insisted that they stop working.
The man insisted the woman should stop working.
Yes, I want you to be a full-time housewife. I want you to be home taking care of the kids. I'll pay you every month. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that they also want to go out there and pursue after a career and have a career. Approach that point of self-actualization and say, this is what I achieved in my life. But they cannot do that right now. Why? Because the man says, I don't want you to work. And so you need to sit on the table. That is why I say it's not everybody that fits into your life. Love is not enough. The feelings will come and go. You need to sit the person down and say, bros, this work what they do, I'm not going to leave them because I marry you. There are so many women that cannot act anymore. There are so many women, that are not in showbiz anymore because of the marriages that they have walked into. And so if the person is not willing to support the life you live, you need to advise yourself. If you guys cannot negotiate it and understand that this is what's going to happen when we get married, sincerely, a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage.
Why is a broken relationship better than a broken marriage?
Because when the relationship breaks, you have the chance to build again, okay, in spite of the investments that you've made. But when you get married and the marriage breaks, the trauma, the scar is far worse than just the relationship that breaks.
So you mean that to avoid a divorce, you need to negotiate earliest as soon as possible?
Yes. So the person needs to know, sweetheart, I'm in the media. I'm an actor. I'm a politician. I am this. Okay. I get calls at 2 a.m. Some of the times I have to leave the house at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That is my reality. Okay. During elections, I might not even be home for a whole week. That is your reality. Are you willing to walk this path with me?
Yeah.
This media is all I know. This is all I've done all my life. And I'm not going to live it because I'm married to you. Okay. And so make up your mind if this is what you really want to do. Let them think through it and know that the challenges will come and the implications will come. And so they prepare themselves for it. But when you tell them, oh, don't worry, especially when we make that mistake of whenever they are around, we act like they're the most important thing around us. Work is not important, nothing is important, and all of that. You are giving them the impression that that's what marriage is going to look like without realizing it.
In fact, what you're saying, it's true.
Yeah. That's the impression you're giving them. And then all of a sudden, you can't do it any longer. They get frustrated and they keep making those demands. And then you go, don't you know I have a job? You should have told her that this is what your job looks like before you even married her.
You should have told her that your job look like.
She needs to know. But now, so you paint a certain picture, and based on the picture you painted, she accepted to work with you. And then all of a sudden, you're painting a different picture. You are the reason for the frustration in your relationship. So they need to know. Prepare them. for whatever it is that you need to deal with.
Okay, so identifying jealousy as a good thing. Now, I would want us to viewers, don't worry, I'll be reading your messages before we wrap up. The camera settings time, what they'll give it back to us. I just pray so. But you see, the point I was trying to ask is that, what about in a relationship and the woman or the man demands flamboyant things or big things? Can you take me to shopping in Paris? I need this particular phone. If the woman is financially demanding or the man is financially demanding, let's say, for example, you see, there are certain financial demands that possibly is because the person is really in need, that you have to be there for the person. But other things like
vanity,
like I need to go shopping here. Can you get me this new phone? Can you get me this new shoe? Can you take me to this restaurant? Can you send me this money? All those material stuffs when it's happening, is that a good sign? The person tells you, for me, you have to make sure you go and marry me in Dubai. when those things happen, is that also a sign that that person is not good or the person is good?
That's why I keep saying that character is subjective. There are some people that don't mind. There are some people that actually go out of their way to spoil you. You know, that kind of thing.
Women, that's men.
Yes, and vice versa. You know, they just do so. Oh, sweetheart, there's this new phone. Don't worry, I'll buy it for you. And they actually buy it. It's not an issue.
I know.
Then there are some other people, when you say you're too materialistic, it's an indication that, okay, this is not what you want. So advise yourself. Okay. Now, always also remember that people will not change just because you don't like the way they are.
Really?
Anybody that tells you they are willing to change to become what you want is going to abuse you in the future.
I don't get it.
Mark my words.
Anybody that tells
that is
you
willing for you to recreate him or her into what you want, you owe that person for the rest of your life.
Hey, that's serious, though.
Yes. You see, because you don't go into relationships to recreate people. So when you recreate a person,
so you cannot say, I changed this girl, I changed this boy, I changed this man.
You can't. You've not even changed yourself. How can you change another? That is why it's important that, see, don't go into a relationship to recreate people. The moment you do, what you have done is put that person in a situation where the person says, you know, because I am this way because it's what you wanted. You have got to deal with it for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Yes. And whatever it is, whatever demand the people make, even when you feel you're being pushed, deal with it. There are some people that don't want to go to school. Okay? They are still able to afford a good life.
Yeah.
But they don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
So if you don't like the fact that when the person speaks, he or she says it is playing with whiz, instead of saying we were playing, okay, leave her alone. Don't recreate the person.
Yeah.
Don't recreate the person.
Time is up.
Oh wow.
Time is up. Time is up. We have to go. But I want to ask this: is cheating in a relationship? Cheating, is it a normal thing that if the man or the woman or the guy or the girl cheats on you, can you just forgive them and marry them?
It's subjective. It depends on who you are. That is why I keep saying, you know, find out who fits into your life. When people fit into your life, you see the value that they are adding. There are so many things you're willing to let go of. There are so many things you're willing to overlook. Okay, but if they don't fit into your life, then you have a problem. We all have our thresholds. We have our tolerance levels. You know, there are so many people who have been offended in that sense, but they are still together. Okay, and you know my position about cheating. Some of the times, what you're actually calling cheating is a consequence of the abuse, the emotional and psychological abuse that you have put the person through.
Okay.
And so you might
so you can put somebody through an emotional abuse, and the end result is he or she being with another person.
Yes. Even while he or she is
then
with you.
Everybody will give reasons for cheating or sleeping with somebody.
It's not so true.
Wow.
It's not so true.
Wow.
But
unfortunately today is Thursday, but
created.
Monday we'll give you a continuation of the show. If they can just permit me, just like 2 minutes, so I can read the messages. You know, we do the show with our viewers. We cannot be this rude towards them. It's just 3 minutes after 2, but we started the show 10 minutes after 1 because of camera settings. This one says that watching you live from Nigeria from Sunday, Oga Lawyer, well done.
Oh, wow.
Okay. This one says that please, is this a good idea for the guy to take Konkonte on a first date? Will this destroy the date? The guy took it to a date and he ordered kokonte. Your future is bright together. This one says that my test question is that I've been in a relationship for 2 years now, and she did not ask for financial support. Does it mean she loves me? Okay, lawyer will wrap that up in just a minute, then we go. This one is that, please, is it a good thing for a man to lie about his job to the lady he wishes to marry to? This one says that I am in a relationship with a lady. She likes sex too much. She always wants us to have sex 6 times in a week. Is it a good sign for me to marry her? Hey, my brother, 6 times in a week. This one says that, hi, I'm Kojo. I once called my girlfriend around 11:30 to 12 a.m. I found out she was by the roadside, so I asked her what she was doing at that time. She didn't reply me. All of a sudden, I heard a guy's voice at the background. After that, she claimed the guy was a friend who came to pay her a visit as at that time. So I became angry. And in the course of the conversation, I found out who the guy was. She also became mad at me, so she hung up the call. Since we have not been talking to each other, so now that this has happened, am I the one to call her and apologize, or she's supposed to? My brother, you have coronavirus. This will be a last message. This one says that, oh yeah, Geoffrey, what's up? Geoffrey Duke. He says that I just met a girl. I feel a strong attraction for her. She feels the same. I ended so many other relationships because of her. Hey, was that the right move I have made? Okay, just wrap all up so that Monday, I'll read your messages again on Monday. We'll continue this series for the whole week exclusive. We'll do that.
So this is how I'd like to conclude, and hopefully it will touch everything that you've said. You see, relationship has stages.
Relationship has stages, and until you get to a point where you two have been formally introduced by the families, okay, and plans are on the way towards your marriage, you two actually do not owe each other any major responsibility. I don't understand. Yes. Parents got to know each other. You guys are planning marriage. Yes. So knocking, and this is from an African perspective. And knocking has been done. Knocking has been done. And you don't owe yourself responsibilities? Until then, you don't owe each other any responsibility. What I mean is that... Okay, so it means that when the knocking is done, when families know each other, you are planning marriage. That is the point where responsibilities starts. Yes. Okay, so she's your responsibility, he's your responsibility. Yes. So don't be giving, don't be playing husband to a woman that is not your wife. And don't be playing wife to a man that is not your husband. Okay. It is very, very dangerous, because the kind of investments you make is the reason people do not find closure when breakup happens. Okay. The bitterness, the pain, and all the trauma is too much because you've invested so much and you've lost so much. Okay. So there's no obligation at that material time. What you need to do is take time and know each other and grow in the relationship, but stop throwing husband and wife stuff at each other. All right. So I'm putting Mr. Ogo's number again. You guys are calling for it. So I know you will. Please don't call the number, and please take note that he spends time to come here to educate us, to advise us. And so if you are willing for him to solve problems, it's very important that you are ready, because he's a consultant as well on this. So as a counselor, you have to pay consultancy fee. Very necessary. So please call this number. It's if you can 0246 27 37 98. So that is the number. If you WhatsApp this number too, I'll give it up to you. I thank Philip for making me. I like Kako and MPCs, so I don't want chop that. That's what I feel for. Okay, so Monday we shall be here. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. We are here to serve you for God and country. Thank you so much, Mr. Ogo, for coming here. And go to Facebook. Can you let them know that the Facebook name? Yes, Ogochukwu Nweke. Okay. Yes. Okay. Ogochukwu Nweke. Yes. On Facebook and on Instagram, the Marriage Clinic. Okay. So that Instagram, Facebook, he's given. Instagram is Marriage Clinic. Marriage Clinic. Go there. Send him all the messages and follow the protocols in getting your issues solved. Thank you so much. My name is Rich Wanda Mufasapon. A big thank you for to all of you for making time to watch me. I love you guys so much. And if you say a prayer, say some for me. Bye-bye.
Today, we can trust sources of water anymore.